Hi everyone, I am Ava Maro.
And I am Marla Basco.
And Pia Balagtas.
And we are Aviatech TV.
Great time, our fun.
So for today's vlog, we will be talking about the cabin crew life at the airport. Kung may cabin crew life in the sky, syempre may cabin crew life din inside the airport. So ano nga bang meron for this? Anong objective natin sa vlog na ito?
I think kailangan natin i-define kung anong ginagawa ng cabin crew sa airport bago sila lumipad. Yun yung pinaka-importante kasi dun una-una silang papasok.
Yes, and as a cabin crew, saan ba talaga nag-uumpisa ang responsibility natin? Sa aircraft lang ba? Or nasa airport na din ba?
And as we all know, sabi nga diba, lahat yung mga cabin crew is home in the skies nga daw ang kanilang aircraft. But syempre, sobrang importante din ng airport dahil kailangan nating malaman kung ano nga bang ibig sabihin ng check-in, kung pareho ba, kung saan nag-check-in ng mga pasahero or not.
Yeah.
Their kind of immigration, kung pareho din ba and all. And of course, if you want to know more, just keep on watching.
By the way, today we are featuring Kazi's American-Italian cuisine here in Bulacan.
And we're gonna feature the new and modern Clark International Airport.
Talking about the cabin crew life at the airport, and with us, we have Tita May Ople and Tita Marla Martinez.
Hi mga titas!
How are you?
Marla Martinez, ex-commercial cabin crew for 2 major airlines, and ex-VVIP, VIP corporate cabin crew, and an accountable manager now for Aviatech International Training Academy.
Hi, good morning everyone. My name is Bernadette Ople. You can call me May for short. I've been with the aviation industry for almost 23 years, going 24. Recently, I've been flying some low cost and I was an ex-cabin crew of 3-4 major airlines. I also been flying VVIP, VIP in the Middle East. And some time ago, I did some freelancing on the European side of the world. And I'm so happy to be part of this vlog. Currently, I am the department head of cabin crew department at Aviatech International Training Academy.
Let's start at the airport legalities and formalities. Syempre, we all know as a passenger is lahat tayo nagsisimula sa check-in. But the question is,
Saan po ba nag-check-in yung mga cabin crew? Same lang din po ba siya kung saan nag-check-in yung mga pasahero or hiwalay po sila?
Speaking of checking in, usually ang pasahero iba ang meron tinatawag na check-in counter for passenger and meron din check-in counter for crew. Most of the time, crew way ahead of the passengers, we already prepare ourselves. Meron kaming sariling lounge or office depending on the airline. Kung ano yung specific, may briefing room. This is where we tackle some information regarding duties prior flights. So, ang check-in counter ng pasahero is different from the check-in counter of passengers. But, merong mga start-up na airline na yung mismong check-in counter nila is yung pinag-check-in din ng pasahero. Some airlines, they don't have any office within the vicinity of the airport. So, yung kung saan nag-check-in ang pasahero, doon din nag-check-in ang crew. But we have this GenDec, short for General Declaration Form, wherein we counter-check our names there. Hindi kami ini-issuehan ng boarding pass. We just have to check na nandun kami sa GD.
So, Tita May, I have question kasi about this sa baggages. Meron din ba kayong mga restrictions and yung mga sinasabi nilang gantong kilo lang dapat dalhin? May mga ganun din po ba kayo?
Yes, Pia, you're talking about restrictions. If there are restrictions for passengers, there are more restrictions sa cabin crew. Especially because we are more concerned on the security reasons. But everything is restricted. Every company, it depends on the airline. Yung mga binibigay nila, there are issued bags. You cannot just carry whatever bag you have, like these branded bags. I will not say na kung ano man, baka mamaya advertisement pa natin yan. So, ano ko na lang is, yung mga bags na binibigay ng company sa mga crew, ano yan, company issued. So, you have to bring it. You cannot just put anything inside. Yung manual mo, depends din sa airline kasi merong iba na you are responsible to bring flashlight, battery, extra batteries. As I remember in my previous company, may mga dapat nadalin. Kaya may mga issued na bags. And these bags should be in the standard sizes. And speaking of, kung anong ilalagay mo dun sa loob, you have to comply also sa DG, yung dangerous goods. Hindi ibig sabihin, crew ka, you can just bring yung ganyang kalalaking spray net kasi you have to bring your personal effects, yung makeup mo, toiletries, and sometimes, biglang may layover, so we are also issued this big luggage, suitcases. This is where we go now dun sa check-in counter. If you remember a while ago, you asked me kung nag-check-in din ba ang cabin crew doon. We check in our bags kasi it has to go security reasons. Kaya kailangan din tama yung size and yung uniform. That's it. Anything else?
Passport is a must. As you can see, we have the Philippine and the foreign passport. Tara, lakbay na! Ayan, super clear sa atin yung about sa check-in when it comes sa pagiging cabin crew na hindi pala talaga magkapareho ang sa passengers and sa mga flight attendants. So let's go sa ating immigration. So Tita, for the immigration, about sa visa po ninyo, lagi po bang may visa kayo every country na pinupuntahan ninyo? And yung visa po ba ninyo is personal nyong kinukuha or under siya ng company?
Immigration basically is the country's border security, no? So sila yung in charge to check if there is unlawful entry to every country and definitely facilitate lawful entry. Mga balikbayan, yung mga tourists, and so forth. Ang mga crew members ay may special counter or pass through the immigration, no? Meron nakalagay. Minsan mapapansin nyo in every airport na nakalagay diplomat, cabin crew, and mga
Foreign passport holders and local passport.
And distributed yung counters sa foreign passport, local or Filipino passport holders pag nandito sa Philippines, but it depends, no? I've noticed in the Middle East merong Gulf citizens na counter, yung mga ganon. And when you get to the US, may US citizen counter, tourist, yung mga ganon. So, sila yung nag-check basically ng mga passports. And in terms of visa for flight attendant, so far, ang aware ako, I'm not sure about the other countries, but the US, you must have a special cabin crew or crew visa, which is called the D visa, no? So, hindi lahat ng cabin crew nakakalipad sa Amerika. They have to have D visa, and most countries to Europe, pwedeng lumipad, no? Ang cabin crew, as long as you are in the general declaration na binanggit nga ni Tita May. Pag nag-a-apply ng D visa, you have to present yourself because the US Embassy requires face-to-face pagdating sa mga visa issuance and so forth. So, once you are a cabin crew, kung nasan ka base na bansa, dapat meron kang working visa dun sa bansang yon. Alright? And it's indicated that you are a cabin crew. Ang mga sinasubmit ng airlines normally is the GD. Ano ba ang kasama dun sa GD? Of course, the flight details, no? Nung courier and destinations, and then the list of all the crew members from captain down to the most junior cabin crew. So sila yung nakasama sila sa GD dapat, which is the General Declaration Form. Ayun.
Waiting for departure. Gate 9, Marla.
Ano naman yung sa pre-departure area ng Terminal 2 of Clark International Airport? Kayo ba? Ano masasabi niyo dun?
Sa akin, una sa lahat is yung ambience niya is napaka-fresh, napaka-luwag, and masarap talagang pagstayan habang hinintay mo yung flight mo mag-start.
Yes, same goes here na sobrang comfortable na pag kunyari hassle ka,
Relax
masyado ka
ka lang
napagod,
doon.
pagkapunta mo doon, finally, makakapag-relax ka na.
So my question for you, Tita May, is, nag-stay din po ba yung mga cabin crew, yung mga flight attendants sa mga pre-departure area? Yeah.
If there's a
Tuloy-tuloy yan.
need to stay sa pre-departure area, allowed naman to stay, but in a minimal period of time. Like may inaantay or something to check technicality. But to top it all, hindi talaga. Kasi usually meron tayong tinatawag na crew lounge where we stay there. Kailangan kasi after ng check-in, tapos ng briefing, check-in, dire-diretso na agad yun sa aeroplano because we have to depart on time. Time is very precious. Kailangan siya alam delay or what.
At meron din kasing mga preparation na dapat gawin sa loob ng eroplano, like pre-flight checks ng mga equipments and of course yung mga upuan bago mag-boarding ang mga pasahero na nanggaling dun sa pre-departure lounge.
So guys, I am in the tube and this is the gateway to the aircraft. And as you noticed, for our flooring, it is color green, which means we are going international. And for the domestic flight, it is color blue. I hope that you learned something. See you there. Bye. We are heading in our international flight. Excited to board. See you there.
Ay, taray, fashion model!
Kami
Ayan.
din mamaya.
Kaya nakita nyo naman yung videos natin when it comes to tube and ay nakita nyo rin na may meaning pala ang tube or ang lakaran papunta sa tube ng Clark International, which means kapag color blue ang inyong pupuntahan, it goes internationally, and yung color blue na yon representing the ocean sa Pampanga. While the domestic flights, yung color green naman na lakaran, it means the mountains, yung Mount Arayat ng Pampanga. So, syempre may onting trivia tayo, Kuya Kim, kumbaga. At of course, ito po, Tita, ang aming question for you. Pag sa tube, dun din po ba kayo dumadaan, katulad naming mga passengers? Same din po ba?
Yes, ma'am. Usually, same entrance, but as a crew, meron kaming different, depending din nga, as I've said, iba-ibang airline, mayroong mga permit, that's why we are wearing IDs, with aside from the company ID. Dito, napansin ko nung nasa NAIA pa kami, when I used to work sa commercial airline, meron kaming issued na ID, by color din yun eh. Ibig sabihin, kung saan area ka lang ng airport, either for pre-departure or inside secured area, which is doon kami labas-pasok, yung mga crew ngayon. You have to have this ID. And then, nowadays, napansin ko din na yung tube na yun, by the way, hindi lang tube, we sometimes call it bridge or jetway. aircon siya usually, and it moves kung saan yung nakapark yung aeroplano. And that's it. Plus, if you notice yung carpet, it just means like you are important to us. You are VIP. That's why dun dumadaan. Or kung wala man, tulad ng ibang airline, may sarili kami, like kung sinasabing kami, namimiss ko na talaga yung flying days ko, meron kaming sariling service. So, from the airport gate, yun ng ID, check ng security, and then ipapasok. Minsan diretso na kami sa aeroplano. Stay na yung gamit. So, iba pa rin yung daanan, which is yung kinukulat nga na jetway sa pasahero. Iba pa rin yung daanan ng crew.
And another question for this process for sa airport. Tita Marla, nagta-transit din po ba yung mga cabin crew?
When you say transit, titigil ka dun sa isang country for you to be able to take another flight, no? Sa mga pasahero, ganon. But sa cabin crew, the best example ng pagta-transit ng isang airline at isang flight or sector, merong long haul coming from Chicago to, say, Narita, and then Narita to Manila. So, ang Narita for Delta Airlines could be a crew change point. Pwedeng may sasakay na bagong set of crew members to operate yung continuing flight. So, if you operated a long-haul flight, ang layover point mo is Narita, then another set of crew will get into the aircraft, the same aircraft, to operate the continuing flight, which is sometimes to Manila. So, depende sa sector ng bawat airlines on how they create or design the route of their flights, no? And speaking of legalities ng mga cabin crew, there is a certain number of hours that you can only fly, especially if you're taking a long-haul flight. Kailangan bigyan ka ng pahinga. Nararampat na pahinga ng airlines. Kailangan mong magpahinga if you have done a long-haul flight. And normally, yung transit is your layover point kung saan ka, kung saan yung pahinga mo. No, or rest period mo for say 24 hours layover in a certain country. But iba rin kasi ang ginagawang scheduling ng mga eroplano. So may schedule ang bawat crew, may schedule din yung eroplanong yon kung saang route siya lilipad.
And talking about rest period, kinakalculate kasi yung time of your operating hours kung tawagin dun sa rest period mo. We have this so-called minimum rest and maximum rest. Usually, yung minimum rest, yan yung medyo ayaw ng crew kasi 12 hours lang yan. Then, after 12 hours, you are already legal to operate another flight. So, dito nagpapasok yung transit. Aside from cabin crew rin, ang pasahero din may transit kasi nga, sometimes we have this alliance sa airline na to connect another flight. So yun yung transit for cabin crew and transit for passengers.
Waiting for my luggage.
So, Tita May, sa arrival po, same lang din po ba ang daanan ng mga cabin crew sa dadaanan po ng mga pasahero? And another question po is, yung kuhanan po ng mga mga baggages po or tinatawag na luggage conveyor, doon din po ba kinukuha ng mga crew yung mga baggage po nila?
Tsaka tita, to add up lang, meron kasi ako nakita sa isang specific airline. Nung departure na po ata nila yon na nasa baba sila, imbes na yung terminal na yon merong daanan ng mga cabin crew sa baba. tas iba yung sa pasahero. Ganun po ba sa lahat or mostly ganun ba talaga?
Usually, pareho lang. Pero as you've said, Mav, kanina, may mga airlines na iba yung babaan. As I've mentioned before, if you remember, meron yung diretso na yung crew, may shuttle bus sila o service van from different gate diretso. Where, pag ganun yung arrival mo, departure, ganun ka rin darating. Kung saan ka pumasok, doon ka rin lalabas. Sa arrival naman, usually, syempre, ang cabin crew, hindi naman nagtatapos lang ang kanilang job na nagsialis na yung pasahero, na iiwan pa kami sa aircraft So, you have to do all your duties. May post-flight duties So, sometimes, sarado na yung gate, yung gateway, sarado na yung security doon, we are also allowed na yung stair pababa. May nag-aabang na security officer, kaya yung ID, remember, ID is very important. Lagi yan, before and after mo ka mag-operate, sinusuot, tinatanggal, ikakabit mo ulit para for security reasons. And yung arrival nga, kung saan minsan, kung mapapansin nyo, kung pasahero kayo, nakikita nyo, may mga lumalakad na. Same din yung specific area, pero iba pa rin yung nilalabasan ng crew. So, yun. And ang arrival paminsan, meron ding mga naka-ready na parang golf car for the crew sa mga social na airport, which I experienced na paglabas mo from long-haul flight, meron lang naka-ready na. So, iba pa rin so titingnan ka uli ng mga pasahero, nakasakay ka dun sa parang golf car. Actually, golf cart nga yata yun. So, I answered your question.
Okay. And speaking of arrival, merong isang napaka-importanting formality na ginagawa, lalong-lalo na pag galing ka sa isang international flight. Sis, di ba, ito yung mga customs declaration na kailangan nating gawin.
Reminding everyone, prior to our leaving the aircraft, ang cabin crew nagbibigay sila ng forms. You have to fill it up before landing. Then, if suddenly nawala yung form, you can still avail of this form sa airport. Upon arrival, you have to fill it up. Itong tinatawag na custom declaration form. I-declare mo kung ano yung mga dala mo. And of course, kung ano yung mga restriction nga kasi.
Yung mga bawal at hindi bawal, no? Ipasok sa bansa. Alright.
And once you get caught, kasi nga dumadaan pa rin yung ating luggages sa conveyor. Nowadays, security is very, very important. So, very strict sila. You will be charged a fine in case may makitang illegal. And different countries, different laws. Kung ano yung
True.
And
Yes, totoo yun. So, medyo kailangan maingat ang mga flight attendants sa kanilang mga dinadalang mga gamit or napamiling gamit sa ibang bansa, no? They have to find out kung ano yung mga batas, customs law ng bawat bansa. Ayun.
And speaking of customs and law, sa arrival, marami din duty free. Yung cabin crew restricted din, kagaya rin ng mga pasahero, kung ilan lang yung allowed na bibilin mong alcoholic beverages or cigarettes.
Or other items.
As long as you declare it, pero may limit pa rin kung ilang liter, kung ilang package.
And also, mga monetaries like may certain amount of money na pwede lang ipasok sa isang bansa. Ayun.
Arriving in the Philippines. Welcome to the Philippines. Mabuhay.
Welcome to the Philippines. Maraming salamat.
Grabe, no? Yun pala yun. And ang dami nating natutunan about airport legalities and formalities. Siyempre sa mga aspiring flight attendant or cabin crew dyan, sana mas nakinig pa tayo lalo sa ating mga mentors kasi nga mas madami tayong natutunan sa kanila and based on their experience na rin naman nila. And with that, we would like to thank
Cassis Restaurant for having us, located here in Bulacan. Dapat kailangan nitong puntahan kasi yung mga food nila is super sarap and super quality.
that as well, I'd like to say thank you so much for the Clark International Airport Terminal 2 for having us a tour. A
Yes.
chance to have a tour even dun sa tube na hindi natin bihira na ma-tour tayo doon.
And syempre, gusto lang namin i-remind and disclaimer to everyone that was taken on May 2, 2020, wherein 2022 rather, wherein hindi pa bukas ang Terminal 2 ng Clark International Airport. They just had an open house for that day. But now, noong May 3, 2022, or I'm sorry if I'm mistaken if it is May 3, but ayan, nakikita nyo yung tamang date dyan. So, ayun yung open, ayun yung talagang open na mismo ang Clark International Airport. Kaya sa ating mga kababayan na fellow Filipinos, sana dyan din kayo sumakay if ever dyan ang inyong airline. Once again, thank you for watching our vlog. This is Mav Amaro.
And I am Marla Basco.
And Tia Balagtas.
And with our mentors,
Marla Martinez.
May Ople.
see you on our next vlog. And we are
Aviatech TV.
Bye guys!